Right. Ruchit Jain from Angel Broking is also now joining us. Ruchit, good afternoon. You would be worried about the closing today, or you would wait for one more day? As you know, a lot of technical analysts would look at weekly closing.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pankaj. Pankaj, I would have been worried in case if it had not been an expiry day today. Usually we see many positions getting squared off, and due to the rollovers, due to which the volatility is generally there on the expiry day. And even technically we are still within that range in spite of today's 50-60 points of corrective move in the Nifty. So in tomorrow's trading session would be more crucial rather than what decline we have seen today. In case tomorrow there is a follow-up selling coming in, maybe in initial 1 hour and Nifty breaches its support level of 8510, 8540, then I think that would be a cause of worry. So as of now we are still within this range, and within this range there's still not a sign of worry. But in case tomorrow's maybe initial couple of hours.
Right. So how would you look at for the next couple of hours tomorrow morning? What should be the trend, say, assuming we close at 8591 where we are currently? Okay, I think we have some issue over there. Imtiaz, say if tomorrow morning also we see the trend on the lower side, would that confirm the indication, or Monday would be a better day? Because tomorrow, generally first day after the expiry on Friday, volumes are not that great.
Pankaj, I suppose maybe we would today break 8580 and try to settle below 8600. This is a big worry because I'll just give.
Sorry, can you just repeat that?
This is a big worry. 8580. I'm looking today the market should breaks below 8580 and settle down below 8580. The reason behind this.
Okay, just two things. See, we have not gone below 8580 so far. We just have 9 minutes to go. Maybe the last tick is below that level or around that level. That is sufficient because the adjusted closing may come above that, or you would look at adjusted close?
I would definitely wait for the breakout. Like if it breaks, closing doesn't matter because that will give me the last half an hour average traded price. But if it breaks 8580, will be definitely a worry because 3 days upside move has been removed in just 1 day. This is what we call faster retracement. Technically we use word faster retracement. And if this breaks out, then next level would be watching is 8518. That is the August month bottom. And if that happens, then definitely this will be the indication that the bulls had lost entire control from the market and the bears are coming in the picture, and would definitely see some sort of a retracement of the entire rally, almost 38.2% to 50% of the rally. So moreover, below 8580, I think so this will be definitely an indication of going well. Another thing which I want to highlight, Pankaj, the morning when the market opened, there was a huge open interest build up in the put side. 8650, there was a huge open interest build up. The moment the market got started correcting, the put has been shifted to the call side. This means that higher open interest getting built up in the call side, indicate that maybe the expiry would tend to go below 86.
Right. Ruchit, you were trying to make some point that tomorrow first 2 hours would be important. Again, you would look at similar levels which just Imtiaz said.
Yes, Pankaj, moral of it has been a range-bound market, and the lower end of the range, the support end of the range is from 8540 to 8518. So tomorrow's first hour, in fact, would be crucial. In case we breach this level, this support range of 8540 to 8518, then there would be follow-up selling. There's more probability that the follow-up selling would be there. And on the lower side, the next support would come around 8400 levels then. But still, I won't be worried at this moment for that as of now. In case if tomorrow only the breakdown comes, then only I think one needs to get out of the long and create short positions over there.
Right. Which names would you look to go short on as your view is, or a lot of correction has already happened?
Well, Pankaj, those sector or those stocks which has recently underperformed in last few trading sessions, I think those would be the names that one should look at going short. IT index, well, this has been one of the sector which has underperformed the markets in last 1 month. In fact, last 2 or 3 months, when the markets have been range bound, the mid caps and other large caps such as banking names have risen. But this sector has underperformed. We have seen stocks such as Wipro today has given a breakdown among this index from its previous support levels. So Wipro would be one of the stocks which I think has underperformed. And in case if we continue to see this follow-up selling, then Wipro would be one of the stocks which could see some sort of correction. Other names would be some of the PSU banks, because PSU banks have been forming a bearish engulfing type of pattern in today's trading session. Oriental Bank of Commerce is one of the names that we are watching, that in case if the market gives a breakdown, then that could be one of the name where some sort of selling could be there. SBI recently, although the broader trend of the SBI is up, but we have seen formation of another bearish engulfing pattern on the PSU bank. So PSU bank space somewhere has shown signs of formation of some bearish patterns over here. So I think in case the market gives a breakdown in tomorrow's session from the support, then PSU banks could be the sector where some correction could come, and the IT space could see this downside momentum continuing.
Right. Within the PSU banks, which ones? The large ones or the mid-cap ones?
I think mid-cap ones would correct more than the large ones. Oriental Bank, as I said, would be the one of the bank which I would see for going short. Another name from this space would be Bank of India. Even this stock has been trading in a channel since last 1.5 months, and price is now trading at a higher end of the channel. So in case if correction comes, then mid-cap PSU banks would correct significantly.
Right. Imtiaz, would you broadly agree PSU banks would be the best name to short?
I would definitely wait for the market to first settle down below 8580. Then I think so need to identify, and I think so the stocks which has been almost performed, like SBI is there and Axis Bank is there. So these are the stocks where actually you can have a very good risk reward ratio. So definitely I'll be looking for the shorting opportunity, but first indication should be coming from the Nifty.
Right, but which names did you, as an Axis Bank, what indication would you get, as you said?
As I said, like if at all the market start correcting, the most of the rally has been come because of the PSU banks and private banks. So this only going to lose some we can say some gains from this level. And I think so today the market has come down, but major contribution has not come from the bank Nifty. So this is still a very good you can say a good indication. But if tomorrow is a day for the bank Nifty to lose the counter, then I think so the banking would be the stocks where tomorrow you can initiate a trade.
Right. What did you say about Axis Bank? What's the view over there?
As I said, Pankaj, most of the gain has been coming from the sector itself, banking sectors, and the PSU banks. If I talk about Axis Bank, even has given a major contribution. For the Axis Bank, I would be looking at somewhere around 580 as a breakdown. If it break 580, then definitely I'll reinitiate the short position with a stop loss of 594.
Right, with a stop loss of 594. But Axis, also has some sort of buying of MSCI. Would that play an impact, or you think that such technical reasons do tend to come and go?
Pankaj, this shorting would be not for a bigger target, but should be a mild target, somewhere around, maybe looking somewhere around 540 or 550 level. So I don't think so 40-50 rupees going down on the Axis Bank would be a major worry. But since we had seen a very good rally in the entire Axis Bank from the level of around 400 to 540, so this is a very good indication that one can see some sort of a profit booking on the Axis Bank. And as I said, that the major contribution of this entire rally from the level of 8500 to 8700, or maybe below 8200 to 8700, the major gain has come from the banking sectors. So I think the profit booking would definitely arise, and if we see somewhere around 3 to 4% of cut in Axis Bank should not be a good, you can say should not be a worry, but this would be a buying opportunity for the longer term Axis Bank.
Right. Ruchit, Axis Bank, what's your view?
Well, Pankaj, we have been buyer in this stock on every decline since last 3-4 months, and even now we are not that bearish on Axis Bank. In fact, the stock last 4-5 months has been trading in a channel. So I think the stock may correct 4-5% in case there is some corrective move in the market. But rather than going against the broader trend in Axis Bank, we would wait for some sort of declines. In case the stock comes about to the support levels of 560 or below that, even 540, then we would use this as a buying opportunity rather than going shorts over here.
Right. Let's look at some of the names, Ruchit, that has performed off late, and what should be your view over there. Something like Just Dial is up 4% today, but it's been very volatile. Any view on this name, or just avoid it?
I think it's better to just avoid this stock, rather than just looking couple of what the stock has done in last couple of days. It's better to look what the stock has done in last couple of months. So we see last 3-4 months the stock has corrected significantly. Now after this such a huge correction, definitely the momentum readings are in oversold zone, and just because of that oversold momentum territories, the stock could give a pullback rally. But if you are a trader, Rather than focusing on the stocks which could give just a pullback move, I think one should be with the trend. Any pullback move around 550, 540, traders who have stuck on the long side earlier in this stock, they would use this as an opportunity to sell. So on every rise, there would be a selling pressure in this stock. So I won't advise traders to go long for 4-5% or 5-7% in stocks such as Just Dial. Rather, in case if any sort of bounce back comes to 540, 550, use that as an opportunity in case if there is any long position.
Ruchit, just request you to stay on. Imtiaz, just stay on with us. BHEL up 3%, 30 seconds to go for closing. Idea Cellular down 2.6, Tata Motors down about 1%. Adani Ports 3% lower, 262. Power Grid absolutely flat. Hindalco down about 1.7%, 154. NTPC down 1.4%. BHEL 2.5% higher, 595. GAIL is up about 2%, 373. Ambuja Cements down about 0.79%, 265. Tata Steel down about 2%. Aurobindo Pharma 0.2% higher, 789, 790 for Aurobindo Pharma. Coal India down 0.7, Cipla down about 1%, Reliance down about 0.6, 1013, Bharti Airtel down 0.6. That's the top loser on the Nifty pack, 3% down for Wipro. Actually, the entire IT pack did correct quite a bit today. So we had Wipro, which was on the lower side, down about 3.5%. We had Tech Mahindra among the top 5 losers, 457. Idea, Adani Ports, Z Entertainment, some of the other losers. Tech Mahindra down 2. Let's look at Z Entertainment, Idea. They were some of the other losers. Idea 95.7. Z Entertainment was down about 2%. Adani Ports was down close to about 2.8, 2.9. HDFC Limited or Housing Development Finance, that's a heavyweight. It was down about 2%. Bharti Infratel was down close to 2%. And Infosys, again, IT as a pack did not particularly do that well. That's HDFC. That's Bharti Infratel down 2%, 1.16 million shares for Bharti Infratel. 339 off late, not been that great. Infosys continues to lose momentum, so about 1.9% decline, 1036 for Infosys. SBI 1.9% lower or close to 2% decline, 249, 250. Tata Steel is down about 1.8 odd percent. SBI 249. After days, it has given a correction lower than the 250 mark. Tata Steel down about 1.8, 373 for Tata Steel. 7 rupees decline. Hindalco down about 1.8% to about 154. M&M, Tata Motors, DVR, NTPC are some of the other losers, down about 1.5 to about 1.3% each. Let's look at some gainers as well. So BHEL was surprisingly among the top gainers, 141, 142 for BHEL. That was 3.5% higher. They declare numbers on 7th of September. That's when they declare numbers. It's up 3% ahead of that. BPCL up about 2.3%, 595. Up 2%, 2.5, 5.6 million shares traded. GAIL was the next top gainer, 373, 2% higher for GAIL. ITC was up about 1%, 253, 254 for ITC. HCL Tech, Yes Bank, Dr. Reddy's, Kotak Mahindra Bank up about 0.5% plus for most of these names. Let's look at some broader market movers as well, and let's start with the losers because you've seen a correction into this space after really a long time. So Dish TV down about 3.5 odd percent, 94, 95 for Dish TV. Let's look at that name. Very strong in terms of volumes, 3.5% lower. Welspun India down 8%, continues to be among the top losers. Welspun India, let's look at that one. Welspun India is down 8%. Man Infra is down 4.2%, 49 rupees for Man Infra. We spoke to the company this morning on their results. Manappuram Finance down 5. We earlier saw even Muthoot was down. So both the gold finance companies are losing out. Let's pull up Manappuram Finance, 4.6% decline, 81 rupees for Manappuram Finance. Let's look at KPIT Technologies. It was down 4.5%. Torrent Pharma was down 5%. It was up 8%, and clearly there was no reason yesterday. Torrent Pharma up around 5% or so. GHCL is down 3.5 to about 4 odd percent. Quality Dairy or Quality Limited is down 3.5 to about 4%. Not much apart from this that I can find in the broader market space. Just looking at the top 200 names. So Syngene International, a part of Biocon, is up 6%. No change over there. Just Dial, we just spoke about that with Ruchit. It was up 4.5%. Volumes 5.5 million, but I think it's got to do with expiry. There was no news flow regarding that. Jubilant Life 4% higher, 528, 21 rupees higher. Natco Pharma was up 3.8, 679. It went down, but I think it went down with the market, so when the markets went down. Wockhardt was up 3.4%. EIL or Engineers India was up 3%, 259 to 260. BHEL, IDBI, Bajaj Finance were some of the other movers. Let's look at BHEL, IDBI and Bajaj Finance was up about 2.4, 2.5 odd percent. BPCL, Indiabull Housing, GAIL are some of the other gainers. They were up about 2% each. So these were the broader market gainers. Let's look at some losers as well. Piramal Enterprise was down about 3 odd percent. It had been going up of late. So there was a decline of about 3 to 4 odd percent for Piramal Enterprise as well. 1935 for that name. PC Jewelers was down 3%. Vedanta was down about 3 odd percent. Hexaware did not particularly do that well. It was down 2.5%. Fortis Healthcare back to the levels of 174, 175. Mid-cap banks like Indian Bank, Allahabad Bank, a lot of other mid-cap PSU banks clearly lost out today as well. Let's go back to our guest. Imtiaz, what would you do with something like a Vedanta?
Pankaj, metal sectors has been very much in limelight, and today we have seen lots of gains are getting wiped up. If I talk about Tata Steel, lost it very much, Hindalco, even Vedanta is one of that which has been losing a lot. So I think so the uptrend is very much clear that the rounding top formation has been done for the Vedanta, and downside is likely to be open. But I would definitely wait for 168 as a support level. Until unless 168 doesn't break, I don't think so downside will definitely open from this level. But if it all goes below 168, then yes, we can see somewhere around 140, 130 level for the Vedanta to be coming in. And buying would be the, at the lower level, buying would be very much, we can say, would be advisable rather than going for a, at this current level as a buying.
Right. Ruchit, what will be your view on Vedanta? 3% decline today, or any of the metal pack? Hindalco was also down 2%.
Well, Pankaj, definitely Vedanta has been trading near its long-term resistance. If we observe the longer-term charts and the major correction, the last major corrective move in the stock lasted from 297 to 45 rupees. And the stock is now trading exactly around 50% retracement of that entire corrective move. So I think a corrective move could come in over here. But although that taken the broader trend of the stock seen last 3-4 months has been positive. So although some correction could be done, but I am not expecting any major corrective move in Vedanta. In case the stock corrects from here, and in case 167, 168 support is broken, then I think up to 150, 152 the stock could correct. Tata Steel has been forming this rising wedge pattern, and if the markets come down in tomorrow's session, if they continue this today's selling move, then I think Tata Steel could correct from current levels, and the breach of the support of 369, 370 could lead a corrective move to 350. So Tata Steel, Vedanta have a bit of bearish view on that, but as I said, the downside targets are not significant as the broader trend is, for both the stocks is positive. Said that in Hindalco, I'm not that bearish on Hindalco because the stock has been resolutely forming this higher top, higher bottom formation around 150, 148. There's a strong support, and I don't think that the stock would correct much below those levels. So Hindalco, any corrective move around 148, 150, I think that should be used as a buying opportunity again.
Right. How would you look at Dish TV?
Dish TV, I think the stock has recently corrected from the highs of 106 to 85, and then again has given a pullback of about 50 to 61 or 8% retracement. The trend following indicators such as super trend is in sell mode on this, and the resistance as per that indicator is placed around 100 rupees. So unless the stock again crosses 100 rupees now, I think there could be consolidation between 89, 90 to 100. So I won't be that aggressive on either side from trading perspective for Dish TV at current levels, but would look to go long only when the stock crosses above 100 now.
Right. Imtiaz, what's your view on BHEL? 141, despite the market moving today down, this was a name which did well.
Pankaj, I'm very much optimism on the BHEL and very much positive for the BHEL, but not for the very near term, but looking for the short term. I'm expecting the stocks to be going about 200 rupees price unless the stocks maintain about 128 rupees. If any decline comes in the current corrections, somewhere around 135 or 136, I think so the buying opportunity can be taken at that level, and 128 would be the clear support, or maybe you can say stop loss, and expecting at least a minimum target of somewhere around 192 to 200 rupees.
Right, but buy on corrections.
One can initiate the buy position right now also, but take a stagger buying at all the declines.
Right, Imtiaz, thank you so much. Ruchit, always a pleasure talking to you. We have the adjusted close, 58 points down, 8,592. Last tick was around 8,585 levels, but a 7-point sort of an adjustment. Mid-cap index also corrected in the end, 0.4% down. Nifty Bank was down about 0.25%. Nifty as well as Sensex on your screen down about 0.8. We're taking a break. Coming back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Lots more lined up on the other side.